Ashish, am I audible? Audible? हाँ भाई, am I audible? Deepak. So guys, am I audible? Hey, am I audible or not? Thanks. So, we'll have this session for around 1 hour, and at 6 we have another session by AICT chairman. So, in the interest of that session, we are for 1 hour, and in next 1 minute, let me go and get my watch, and because here this my mobile, I could not see any watch or anything. So we'll start in next 2 minutes. So we start. So hope you guys are doing good. You are at your home, safe, the best place in this world presently, and mostly this session is attended by pre-final year students. I hope so, and if they are final year students also, we'll have some discussion among them. So how we take this session, I'll give a general start, and then whatever your queries are, आप उसको comment में लिखिए. I will try to read. Maybe there would be a delay, but I will try to read and answer to almost all your queries. So the primarily in the last session when Shweta was taking, there were some questions and some queries regarding how would be the placement scenario and how would this be affected this year and all these things. So the superpower today is what, like hi Manisha, thank you for joining in, watching. It's a honor to have you. So presently, like in today's world, we are quite apprehensive that which is the superpower country in the world, like is it India, US or China? That is all in a big confusion. We all are. So similarly, when there is a state of confusion, we for the prospective placements, we need to understand the market. It is not a placement, is not a degree course. It is not just a general promotion you all will get, or a university exam which is going to happen. So it is very important for you to have more connect with what the placement scenarios will be. We have done a few sessions connecting with you with the alumni, talking about placements. In touch with almost all the companies HRs, all bulk recruiters on daily basis, from TCS, Cognizant, Wipro, Accenture and all. So not giving a lot of gyan about the placement, but giving a small overview that placement is an industry driven phenomena. So how the industry behaves or placement is an outcome of that. Have good rainfall, you cannot have a good harvest. So similarly would be a scenario. It is definitely an industry driven phenomena, and so that is where placement is an outcome of how the industry is performing. And my experience from 15 years, I have witnessed three major recessions: 2008, 12, and somewhere around 16. So 2008 was a very big one, and with Lehman crisis and all. Probably you guys years back when you were in primary schools. So with my experience and my observation, the recession never in an IT industry exists for more than a year. And again, understanding the economy and giving you perspectives, we'll take this session on two perspectives. One is how would be the placements due to this COVID crisis, and second, what are the opportunities ahead. So it's not about all darkness, but a lot of light into it. And our Indian IT industry, the outsourcing business, where a lot of developed countries outsource their business to India for cost and other factors, with available talent pool, the type of youth we have, and they're easy to connect, the communication advantage India carries over China, and the population advantage which we carry. So starting with a positive note, I am so happy to have some 206 eyes on my on my mobile. So it happened that I am talking to you only because of a technology enablement. So in the last 21 days of crisis, one thing which has made us lived is information technology. It is all about technology which has helped us to survive in this crisis. So that is for sure that in coming years, the technology growth, and especially into IT, is going to be more increasing, just because now the companies which are investing less on IT, like just imagine a college like ours which has not thought of any digital classes, though how effective that are is a different scene. But definitely now digital classes, Zoom business, and a lot of things are getting online. So there will be more demand towards the technology, more dependency over the technology, and definitely that will create a lot of future jobs. But again, the future jobs is something which we look at in the future. Presently we need all to pass this time and look at the future, which would be, from my perspective, would be a more rewarding one, with more IT getting into every pocket. The Prime Minister asking to download an app, and that app is detecting whether you have a nearby patient is a corona affected or not. So the amount of IT penetration in health and medical will be more in developing countries, though it is already much in developed countries. So definitely there is going to be a dawn, there is going to be a sunrise. It all depends how long this darkness will be, how long this night will be. But my guidance to students is use this darkness, this night, as an opportunity to prepare yourself, because definitely in coming times, when the sun will rise, there will be lots and lots of jobs coming in next few quarters. Definitely the economy will come back, and there will be a shift from manufacturing towards a technology base, which is something a good news for the IT industry, which I think. And understanding this corona crisis, and again that the Indian IT industry depends upon the corona crisis. So in all this crisis, one thing is common, which is uncertainty. So it's Hey, am I audible? Hello guys. I need a go ahead. Hello, am I audible? There's some connection disconnect happened. I hope the connection is on. So I was talking about uncertainty, and yes, my Wi-Fi disconnected. So this is so much uncertainty we are all across us. My definitely this Corona crisis. What I assume is, like, I got a call from VMware. He said, Anuj, get your boys trained. We will be hiring more in numbers. I said, wow, why? He said, we are in a cloud-based business, and a lot of companies are looking at us and giving us requirement of cloud business. So a VMware offering 20 lakhs last year, which took 6 from my college, is looking at more hiring this year. It's a positive news. So starting with that front, and not blaming ourselves with all the things we didn't had in our life. See, you guys, this year is yours. How you take it? So if you take it that yes, this is the time, there's so many problems, I am not getting my fruits, watermelon nahi mil raha, मुझे घर में रखा है, I am not going to coaching, you may have X excuses. जैसे आपको 11th या 12th में you may have so many excuses of not doing great, but somewhere things are going to happen from good to great in our lives. This is how world will evolve. So this is the time for people who evolve, who change themselves. They'll come up and have a better edge over others. So understanding the scenario is very important. There is some amount of darkness, no doubt to that. The world economy is in a phase where you cannot make decisions, and if you cannot make decisions, the projected pipeline of the work orders will be delayed. So now one thing is for sure, that the economy, the world economy and industry is going to be impacted, will be affected, but that will be like a delay, a lag in the economy. It is not just going to slow down, or it's not going to close, but the delay is only because the things are locked up. The most affected industries would be hospitality, airlines, tourism, and all related, even manufacturing and supply chain industries, all these who are being affected by lockdown. And now the companies who are giving businesses to such industries will be also getting affected, because they will not get new contracts. There will be a delay in contracts. There will be so many the Q1 just started. It was quite bullish. The first 2 months there had been a lot of contracts on table which were going to be signed up, but because of this COVID crisis, which is not a country specific but a world phenomena, so the contracts on tables are getting delayed. So there will be also uncertainty in the economy flow, that there will be bankruptcy of companies. There will be a lot of small and medium scale companies who would not be able to cope up with this, because they may not have planned for their crisis management, they may not have sufficient funds, and so definitely IT companies will lose some business, that is for sure. Accenture recently corrected their growth from 6 to 8% to 3 to 6%. So that is a common phenomena which will happen with TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant. I'm not here to speak on behalf of them. I'm just speaking on my personal view, reading all newses which all you जो आप लोग भी सब सुनते हो पढ़ते हो. But definitely there will be a market correction. The Q1 and Q2 will be like, Q1 did well, but from March there is by March mid it has been a downfall in all industries. So that is where the Q2 looks to be very it's not very clear about how the industry will behave. And yes, everything would be decided once the lockdown gets over. Now understanding the placement scenario and the delay thing. So last 2 years we have seen a phenomenal increase in the hiring levels from all India hirings and state level hirings and all. So definitely the next year will be a more qualitative hiring. So students who are better in the race will perform, as we all know that as it's a popular statement which drives me also, survival of the fittest. So now with the tough environment, you should use this opportunity to make yourself more ready for the future. And some product companies may start an early hiring. Those who have a fixed business, a lot of growth would be expected in terms of companies who are working for medical and healthcare industries, who are working for insurance companies, who are working for cloud management, and all these companies. The type of jobs in cloud and network security and all these would be increasing with more dependency on telecommunication. We will definitely get a big boom in telecom, because telecom will be the next bread and water for everyone, because everyone wants to be connected. So overall, this is the general scenario, and how it's going to be affected. And the only key is there will be a delay, and once things start, that is the point when as someone written that what would be effect on the IT industry, how a placement would be affected as compared to previous years. So based on my experience, I have never seen a recession cycle anytime. I have Rohit. So Rohit is saying sound is not proper. Okay. So in last 15 years, there has not been an year where any year being affected. There would be delays in placements, there would be delays in decision making, because all these companies, when they hire in the final year or probably in final year, early years, do a prospective hiring based on projects which they foresee in next year to come. So let's be very honest and follow the truth. Let's not create a very rosy picture, but definitely the picture is that the IT industry is going to grow, and people who are performers definitely will not have any less opportunities of jobs. Definitely the placement scenario will vary in terms of some colleges, like the IITians and NITs and top colleges, top engineering colleges of the state may not be much affected, but the aspiring colleges, the colleges who could get the state level drives, might be affected. So maybe the closed campus will continue, and maybe the state level drives will be delayed based on business requirements. So the companies, that was probably the reason that companies still continue to come as closed campus to colleges, and they have their parameters of selecting colleges. So definitely the colleges who are good performers in every state will not be much affected. But overall, in general, with the open campuses and the state level drives, I think that it's my personal view that definitely that will be on a back seat for some time. And again, I believe that the vacancy and the requirement will again come up, and it will happen. So how we can prepare us, Aman? So in between I'm taking some questions, so just in the interest of students to get engaged. So the best thing is to prepare is concentrate on your, see what campus needs. You have to go to an aptitude test. There's an English, maths, reasoning test. English all about unseen passage, words, and all what has been taught in the training classes. Aptitude, reasoning, and then there's a portion of IT. So like we doing more of IT based. At least you guys should make 2 projects. A lot of alumni have given the same stress on having a full stack, a back end and a front end. So this is the time, at least make 2 good projects. Those 2 projects will be your investment in COVID. If you come up with 2 good projects, make a team of 2 or 3, make a business, make a problem statement, work on it. Even if you're from mechanical stream or electrical, it doesn't matter. One of the best students from my college 2 years back was a mechanical student, not a computer science, who got into Cognizant. So it's all about you believing yourself. If you believe, yes, I'm from mechanical, I'm from Hindi background, I cannot do it, you are lost. But if you believe, yes, this is the opportunity, after the dark there will be a light, and once the light comes, I have to fly. But if you are not prepared, if your wings are not strong, you cannot just say and that I can fly and you will fly. So about specific demands of DevOps, cloud, definitely there will be demand more on the network part, more on the telecommunication industry. See, again, demand is not on a technology, it's on the industry. So demands will be on healthcare, demands will be on telecommunications, demands will be on insurance. So telecommunication number one, healthcare, telecommunication, these two are the areas where more demands and more business will come. There will be more data analytics to be done, whether it is a medical COVID crisis. You just imagine every day you go to a worldometer site and you see that how many corona affected cases are, and you do a lot of data analysis. So even now medicine is something where IT will have a deep penetration. So the coming years would definitely, I feel that it will be a better option. But the important thing is people should realize it is darkness, it is night. Just stay with yourself, be your calm, don't lose hopes. It's all about hope. If our prime minister said ki, okay, go and light a lamp, it's not about that lamp will kill the coronavirus, it's about hope. So if you light a lamp of a hope, definitely that lamp or the universe will hear that, and these crises will go down. Accenture and other companies have started online boarding of people who have been offered. So it's not the IT industry and other industries would not stop. There has been a lot of debate that probably the China will lose a market because it will not be so competitive in terms of pricing now. So maybe Indian industrial growth can grow. You never know. So Indian all industries and others are looking at this as an opportunity, because everything which has risen in this world has happened after some crisis has happened. So most of the inventions which came to this world were just after World War and other things. So definitely a world is changing. We all are changing, and taking this, we cannot say when the placements are about to start, but definitely there will be a delay. And about even the marketing companies, someone is asking. So definitely the sales, to increase sales you need better talent. But now it's not, it's more of your ROI. It's not just you've been hired for the normal process. You have to give an ROI, you have to give a return on investment. Something which you should take care, yes, the placements numbers will be only for the best to perform. The cutoff will go high for sure. I was talking to one of the very senior person of number one assessment company, Aspiring Mind. He definitely indicated that definitely the cutoffs will be more this time. So people, like if it's a 65% cutoff, you can think of a 75% cutoff. So the survival of fittest will be there. If they don't get people from Bhopal, they will take people from Indore or Jabalpur. So definitely this is the time when you should practice more, and probably you will not get much time after the break. Maybe you will have exams, and maybe it is also foreseen that few companies will start hiring. So this is the time when you should not wait like with a attitude कि जब university का exam calendar आएगा then we will decide and then we will prepare. So people who will prepare now, at least make two good projects, whatever you can do. If you are making a project in C++, it's fine. You are a mechanical student, you made a project in C++ or Java, it's great. It's nothing like you need to do a top end technology. You have to do DevOps only, then only you will be hired. It's not like that. Whatever you do it with full honesty and truthfulness. You have to be selling yourself. You have to be convincing about you yourself. If you are not convinced that what is the future ahead for you, no one is going to create the future for you. So is there something for which you have to take care, for which previous year ho gaya to? Which telecom companies are coming to LNCT? Come on. Telecom companies coming to a college is not the question. It's about the growth in telecom. See, a telecom company doesn't work on its own. You have to understand. It's a good opportunity to understand how telecom companies work. Go and see how a Jio works, how an Airtel works. Definitely Jio comes to college, but definitely it's not only for telecom based, it's all telecom related services. Jobs will increase. So if an industry is growing, the part of economy will shift towards it. So investments will more happen in telecom. There will be more on Wi-Fi, there will be more on cloud, there will be more on data, because so much data is there. So you have to keep that data on. So that is where all these things will go. So it's more on social, is on mobility, on analytics, on cloud, which is SMAC, a very popular acronym in IT industry. So medical industry, artificial intelligence, come on, yes, AI and ML, all these things are going to go up. But at a fresher level, definitely you need to an exposure of this. But again, your basic subjects. I was talking to, again, bringing the VMware guy into it. That he said that just in the syllabus, whatever subjects are written, if you are perfect in that, if you have done data structures, if you have done operating system, computer network, we are going to hire you. We are not going to hire you especially because you have done artificial intelligence and you have skipped data structures, or you have skipped computer networks or operating systems. In your syllabus from third semester onwards, whatever subjects are there, do it properly. This is the time. Invest on some subjects, especially on data science subjects like data structures, DBMS and all, and make a very good project which you feel, yes, I have done it as an engineer. An engineer is an engineer whether he's a mechanical or a computer science engineer. So the engineering blood flows into you. So use that time, be a bit of constructive. And if you utilize your this next 15 days of lockdown, I will request Modi ji not to extend it further, and then you guys can come up with a good project. So come on, full stack skill helps in this time to get placements. Definitely anything going beyond with your normal subjects is going to increase, but bare minimum things are required. It's not just the full stack if you do. So I have Krishna Darshan asking that full stack is going to help us in placements. Definitely it will, provided you clear your aptitude test, you are good in your communication skills. So they need you have to be in good skills. You have to have a good communication skill, aptitude, attitude, and a technical bent of mind. We'll talk about InfTQ later. This is not something to talk about. So we have to submit our projects. You have to submit your projects to yourself, to your friends, make a good team. There was some questions on CV also. I just thought that CV is something, what I would suggest is start sharing CV with someone whom you don't know, and ask him or her to share the CV with you. So this gives, what happens when 5 people see your CV, they will give you a lot of critics, a lot of ideas to improve on them. So any CV is a good CV. It should have your what does a CV contains? It contains the name of a mother, father, your name, your date of birth. This is all common thing. How you can make your CV a readable CV is all about what you have done in life, what are your extracurriculars, or what are your achievements. So try to highlight them, try to use proper words, and try to see more CVs, not on Google, with your friends, with your seniors, with your alumni. See, sir, can you just share your CV, and don't copy paste. And a lot of people have a habit of writing कि I am a cloud developer. पहले से वो announce कर देते हैं I am a cloud developer and all. So the person who is sitting out, who is taking your interview, said my next promotion is going to be of a cloud stack developer, and he is already a cloud stack developer. अभी इसको मैं अच्छे से पूछता हूँ. So that is going to hit you. Thanks Abhishek Bhatt for joining. What about Linux for VMware? Definitely Linux and operating systems are going to help. Whatever is your call, whatever is your liking, whether it is Linux, Windows, whatever you want to do it. But my request is, please don't leave your subject and do big data or Linux or anything. First concentrate on your computer IT subjects, the basic ones, and on your aptitude, your communication skill. And definitely adding an extra icing on the cake is always good, which is like a Linux or a full stack, AI, ML. It's all about how you decorate your cake, but your cake has to be present. It should not be all the icing. मतलब आपने केक तो बनाया नहीं, आइसिंग डाल दी AI ML की और केक गायब है, तो this is not going to work. So definitely requirements for premium companies are the similar as discussed. So again coming back on the corona thing is ki, see, there will be a delay, probable delay, and there will be staggered placements happening. It may happen that some of the companies may visit in June, some would come in September, some would say okay, we'll come in January. So this is how the placement season is going to stretch. So you guys have to be patient enough, And important thing is your attitude. It's not about what technology you learn. It's all about your attitude. If you have a attitude, okay, you give up easily, sorry, this is not the year for you. It may happen you may fail 5 times, and then probably a next company comes and you got through in a very good package. So my only message is, don't give up. There will be not a small framework or time frame for placements. The placements may start early and go till late March, April also next year, because ultimately your if you are pre-final year student, your joining will happen in not before July. So that is you have 1 year with you. So it's not necessary, Kanha Dubey, to make a very advanced project. Whatever project you can make, it should be something which you can actually explain what is. It's not you will be always not been hired only because you have made an AI or ML project. You should definitely have an awareness of AI ML, and but implementing in a project, if you can try it. Otherwise, even if you are doing a very good project on Java, C++, that is also fine. So come on. So about national player relaxation, this is all eligibility criteria. We cannot get into all those things. So how to work on communication skill is, if you feel yes, your communication skill is not up to the mark, and how to work, I will only say start working. There is nothing like how to work. You cannot find a Sanjeevani booty, so you pick the entire pahad. We are watching Ramayana every day, 9 o'clock and morning and evening. So it's all about, if you cannot know how to start, just start. It's not about waiting for the right time to come. It's all about speaking in communicating in English. Try to read lot of any language has 4 aspects, which is read, write, listen and speak. So at least start reading properly, small stories with proper grammar. Then start writing something. Try to listen people what they are speaking, and most importantly, speak. You are here to speak. If you don't speak, if I would have taken this session and just showing my face, I would not have this 560 viewers watching me. It has to be, I have to speak something, and I have to speak sense. So if you don't speak, who will? You are not marketing yourself. And there is nothing holding you. You are as equal as anyone else in this world. It's all about believing in you. If you don't believe in yourself, how can anyone else will believe in you? So just saying that I'm not good in communication skill is an area of improvement. I don't believe there is anything called weakness. So weakness is something which has to be improved. Start saying your weakness is as area of improvement. And when you say it is area of improvement, start improving it. If I don't look good, my hairs are getting white, I get a black dye. It's not possible now, but probably later. So I improve myself, I improve my looks, I improve in how I speak. So if I identify this is my weakness, I have to improve it. So okay sir, so it might fluctuate. So can you provide us with some practice test? Already there are a lot of practice tests in this. So it's this session we are doing on YI because it's also been watched by other college students like Oriental, Sam College, IES College, and maybe anyone who can watch this as a opportunity. We are just opening up our knowledge channel for other people who want to follow us. So definitely practice tests are available on our portal. So we can definitely talk about it later. You can reach out to the TNP team. Shubham Pandey, to have projects in C++ and Java or Python. Yes, anything is good. C++, Java is good. If you don't want to go very deep into the technology, do Python. Python 10 दिन में you can make a good project. It is in demand, but my suggestion is try to do things in C++ or Java, then Python. Python is just like if you can't do anything, at least you can do Python. So internship necessary for placement? No, internship is not necessary for placement. It is necessary for your exposure, for your development, for your personality. So it is not that if you have an internship, 5 internship, they will hire you, and if you don't have done any internship, they will fire you. they will not hire you. It's not about that. Having an active internship, it depends on what internship you are doing. If you say I'm an internshala, I've done an internship, so internshala is like Google. They will not guarantee what type of internship they have been put into. If you're working in a company but you are doing a sales or a back office job, that internship is of no value. There are a lot of companies, like I could hire you as an intern and ask you to do calling, and it's not going to help you. It will probably help you in your communication skill development, but if I hire you and I say, okay, write this thing for me, or make my bills, or all these things, so such internship is of no use. So be very selective in what type of internship you get into. And more than internship, I will recommend to do projects. If you, to start with, take an existing project, try to make it by yourself, and in case you have any doubts, you can go back and see the project, see the coding part, have a mentor, and do that. And if you really are getting into a good internship which is making your personality, take it. Don't go for internship just for 10,000 rupees or 6,000 rupees they are giving. They'll just use you. So internship means you go into a field which you want to make career. Suppose you want to make your career in data science, so you do an internship in data science. You don't need to go and do an internship on something else, on PHP. So if you say I want to make a career in cloud, and you're doing a internship on maybe a website designing, it's of no use for you. I studied core Java. There is need to study advanced Java for placement. If you have done core, go for advanced. There is nothing stopping you. It will increase the icing in your cake. Your chances of selection will be higher. So guys, you should understand that this is the time where you will be fighting with each other. You have to be selfish, and you have to be more equipped in snatching the best offer you have on campus. So it's not I have done Java, can I go for advanced Java? Yes, go for it, because a lot of your friends know advanced Java also. If you have time, what is stopping you? This is the time you should start learning advanced Java, and make and connect with friends who are good in technology. They will always guide you. There is nothing wrong in asking. So my placement scenario, I was just seeing that a lot of placements among, if we see the gender discrimination, a lot of female placements increase, because it's a common trend even in the leadership, that female leaders go pretty high, and they are doing well in the world, only because they go up and ask. As men, we at times we don't ask. We feel shy in asking. We feel that okay, मैं कैसे पूछूं? It should not be like this. If you don't know anything, just ask. If you have something on advanced Java, ask your friend who is good in advanced Java, and just say, oh guy, you are good, I just want this help. He'll definitely help you. If he's not helping, ask someone else and get motivated. Again, I have answered that internship should be only which is supporting your profile for placement. Doing an internship for the sake of doing is not going to help. Yes, a non-tech internship can give you a personality development. It can help you with improving your personality. So internship is not for placement. Internship is for making your profile. If you want to make your profile accordingly, please take it. How to prepare for marketing companies? I think already we had a session with Arunima Sharma, which is available now. Also go and just watch this session. She had been a fabulous girl. I still remember when she was going for the final interviews to Indore, I just talked to her, gave her some small tips, and I knew she could make it. So marketing companies, first start market yourself. It's like selling comb to a person who doesn't have hair or whatever. So you have to first market yourself. You have to be confident. You should know the knowledge of subject. You should do a lot of research. Marketing doesn't mean you give 10 ads of Pepsi and they will buy. You have to be research oriented. Baba Ramdev just showed that okay, the health and nature is the way of living, and he's the biggest marketing. His sales got up like anything. He's among the top sales affecting PNG and HLL in a big way. So it's all about how you market. What is the way of marketing yourself? You can work on any language. If you're a computer science student, please don't ignore Java or any .NET. just having a Python knowledge is not acceptable. Definitely for computer science students, the expectation is higher. For non-IT students, even if you're doing mediocre, it is good. Already you might have started your classes assuming placements to start in June. Again, it is an uncertainty. We can't say when it is going to start, but whenever it starts, there will be some delay. Use this delay for equipping yourself well for placements. So what chances, company specific, Prabhat, we will talk later. This is a general session. Focus more on programming language on subjects like data structure. Naman Chaturvedi, you can focus on everything, whether it is a programming language and data structure and DBMS. See, programming language programs, you make a project, everything will come into it. A language and a database and everything will come into it. So I will suggest make 2 projects. And yes, in my college, in LNCT group, probably we'll make it mandatory. People who don't have 2 projects will not be allowed to sit in any company, in an IT company, in the first league of placements. Change in recruitment procedures, Saurav Gupta. Yes, there will be definitely change in recruitment procedures because the demands will be staggered. There will be a lot of uncertainty in the demand. If the numbers goes down, there will be more levels of screening, and the cutoffs will go high. There can be more online tests. There will be more hiring through coding competitions. So any coding competition you come across from a good company, please do apply. Don't miss Infosys, TCS, coding and all these things. Don't miss them and take it very seriously. A lot of students got good package through all these coding competition. So yes, Gunansha Uprit, definitely placements will be affected and will be delayed. We just discussed that. So something for non-IT background, how can we strengthen our chance to be placed? Okay, there's a lot of queries coming individually, so I'll be answering only those who are generic. So for non-IT students, number one, don't make your mind that you are non-IT background. There is nothing called background. We all studied history and geography in our schools, so no one is going to give you a college based on history and geography. So even if you're from mechanical, you are watching me because you have an IT enabled smartphone, so you can watch me. So one thing, any person who says I am from non-IT, then don't look at IT. Once the first your starting mindset has to be changed. I'm a non-IT. Come on, there is nothing like a non-IT. If you can hold IT, you have an email ID, you are from IT. You're saying non-IT means you don't have an interest in IT. And IT industry is something which is more resilient to all these goof-ups which is happening. Industrial sector has gone down, but IT industry is only industry which is working from home. So the future of job is not going to be the future of education, which has been there in reports earlier, will not be sitting in one place and doing things. It is all work from home anywhere and any time. So if you are from non-IT background, make your background IT. Start working on IT. It is important for you to upskill yourself. It's otherwise you will lose in the race. For fresher hiring, people look at people who have learning capabilities. Unless you are not a good learner, I was talking to again an Accenture national head. He hiring IT industry is going to affect it, and in all these effect, companies have to maintain their minimum strength. So fresher hiring, it may be that the top management people or people who are in higher salaries not performing will be asked to leave the company or their salaries will go down. But to expect the projects to be delivered, there will be a continuous supply of fresh talent that will always be there. So and also there will be a delay in decision. So maybe Q1, Q2 there is no event happening, and suddenly in December there will be huge requirements in placements. So it happens whenever there is a recession. Is just a market correction. So if you embrace it with all clarity and with all knowledge, you will not have a fear of having a recession, because like I don't fear that there will be a recession. I know that if it will be a market crisis, the survival of the fittest will be there. The people who are good enough, they will survive. So Pratik Chaudhary, people who are already placed, there will not be much of effect because none of the companies dishonor their offers. Even in 2008, all the companies, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, Accenture, all have honored their offer, except that Satyam crisis which happened with Mitas. It was a different scenario where Satyam Computers could not offer, and then Tech Mahindra took over it, and then all these guys were moved to Tech Mahindra, and Tech Mahindra again honored the offer, and then there was some test being conducted and whatever. But companies do honor the offer, except for small companies, startups. Yes, there will be a challenge, and if you have an offer with a startup, a medium scale company, try to once the market get corrected, try to have another offer. So the big organizations definitely will be on, because they have diversified businesses. Companies who have a specific business on logistics only, they are the best for logistics, but now logistics is not happening, there is no movement. Suppose there is a leader in aviation industry, now aviation industry is not doing things for next 2-3 months. So for one quarter, if the business gets affected, how are they going to hire people? They all projections on market are on toss. So this is the time for the established players to be with them, to be in the larger boats, not for you to be surviving. So I'm not taking questions which I've already answered. How much project is important for non-IT students? Again, I said that project is very important. All of you have to make 2 projects, otherwise it's not going to work for you. Rahul Dharmani has given an interesting questions, that what are your views on startups, or should we gain experience with established companies and then go for startup? So see, startups again work for a specific thing. Like there would be a startup working only for the airline industry. They would be doing the best because they are all studying the airline problems and everything. But now suddenly in this crisis, when there is no airline industry, all are there is no planes flying, there is no air traffic. So at this point, in next 3 months, international flights at least for 6 months will be, there will be a lot of fear and a lot of confusion for people to fly. So if a company is hit for 6 months, it's a big thing, it's a very big thing, because they will not have so much capital with them to carry on their expenses, to meet the requirements of their employees, salaries, and there's so many expenses. So at this point, what would be the future of that startup which is working only for an airline? Maybe it will be difficult for them to survive. So there will be a lot of acquisition, a lot of startups will be acquired by top companies, a lot of funding, and you will very soon find a lot of startups getting acquired. China has already started taking shares from so many companies. So my suggestion is, go to a company which is having an established footprint, and this crisis is not going to over. It will not be a day that okay, there will be a day when the corona is gone. The fear of corona will be there for an year. It's not be that will be the lives will be very normal. Having 1 month at home, and you having 130 crore population at home, and you cannot say okay, on next day you all you can go and have chill party and all. It's not going to happen that way. Definitely the impact, and it's a world crisis. So many people have died, and there's so much uncertainty and things, that the fear factor will definitely keep this on a risk free mode. Everyone will not take a risk. So my suggestion is, go with a company not in an early stage with a startup, because otherwise you may will have a background of a startup, not just the package. So few questions I'm skipping, that I'm a graphic designer, what should I do and all. That's a specific thing, we can talk about it offline. But yes, we have a very beautiful session by AICT chairman at 6. So in next 5-6 minutes I will conclude, then you can have a break and join this session. And about the time, yes, you have 15 days to make project 1, which is a lockdown. So by 3rd of May, make your project and submit. And if you can make 2, it is good. So everything has to have a timeline, and engineers work on a very limited timeline. एक रात पढ़ के you all pass on. तो मेक अ प्रोजेक्ट, 15 डेज का टाइम लो, एक या दो प्रोजेक्ट बनाओ, फर्स्ट वीक क्या करना है, टाइमलाइन मीट करनी है, एंड यू हैव द एंटायर डे विद यू. यू डोंट हैव टू गो टू कॉलेज. लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स कीप आस्किंग मी कि भाई सर हम कॉलेज जाते इसलिए हम ये नहीं कर पाते. कम ऑन, योर प्रेयर्स हैव बीन आंसर्ड, यू आर एट होम. यूज़ दिस टाइम फॉर डेवलपिंग योर सेल्फ, योर स्किल्स. तो 3rd मई तक एक प्रोजेक्ट बनाओ अगर, एंड एटलीस्ट इफ़ यू मेक वन प्रोजेक्ट एंड गुड डिसेंट प्रोजेक्ट, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो गुड. तो 15 दिन में आप एक अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट बना सकते हो. प्लेसमेंट कब स्टार्ट होंगे? इट विल स्टार्ट प्रॉब्ली आफ्टर द एग्जाम्स आर ओवर, and if you get a general promotion, I don't know, or the exams will be taken together, I don't know. But placements, definitely it all depends how when the lockdown gets over. जिस दिन भी लॉकडाउन ख़त्म होगा, it will be again not immediately, it will be in phases probably. I'm not the right person to comment on that. But after the lockdown is over, colleges will not start immediately, because the rail transport and everything has to get on, so that people from Bihar, UP can join in. So the college exams and all that will be delayed. So probably your entire semester will get delayed to June or something, I don't know. So shortlisting criteria for company is a generic criteria, and also the training placement department, like from our college, we do shortlisting based on your performance, which on the tests we take. So we are seeing how many people are doing the online test, what is the punctuality of students in taking online test, and we do see the aspiring mind scores and decide. Suppose a company comes, like VMware says, okay Anuj, give me 200 students, I don't want to take the test of 800 students. So I have to decide that which 200 students I have to make appear. So what is my parameters of deciding? It's not how I know people, but it's on parameters, how they have performed in their past placements and the past tests which we have taken. So for coal companies, again, Aman Raikwad, it will depend upon how many coal companies will do, what is the business. So it is too early to predict on coal companies, because definitely coal companies will be more impacted. And but there will be new signs of because 3 महीने इकोनॉमी बंद रहती है, तो फिर जब इकोनॉमी खुलेगी, अगले 3 महीने बंद रहेगी, तो एकदम से डिमांड आएगी. So you are at home, you are not going to any restaurant. The moment lockdown will get over, the first thing you will go and you will try to get to a best restaurant, eat that meal. So definitely once the lockdown will over, there will be a small spike up in the demand also. Double E branch will we do for getting placed in software company. Amon, for getting placed in software company, Utkarsh, learn some good IT language. It's a common thing. Talk to your seniors who are placed, all have done some good IT thing. And last year was a better scenario, this year would be a tough, so you have to be more resilient, you have to be more prepared. So coming back, can you interest in data science instead of core field? Yes, please. प्रोजेक्ट या इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग है, मैकेनिकल वाले इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग आईटी में करना मत करना बीएचएल में. ट्रस्ट मी, इट इज़ जस्ट सर्टिफिकेट एंड इट इज़ वैलिड. लास्ट ईयर ऑल्सो जितने बच्चों ने सी या जो भी किया, उसका सर्टिफिकेट एक्सेप्टेबल होता है. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग करना है तो आपको मैकेनिकल की ही कंपनी में करना है. इट इज़ रिटन इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग, एंड इफ़ यू आर गोइंग टू आईटी कंपनी, यस यू हैव टू डू दैट इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग नाउ. अभी से कर लो, वो सर्टिफिकेट उस समय का ले लेना. अभी वो सब कुछ मायने नहीं है. इंपॉर्टेंट है कि डू टेक सम गुड कोर्सेज एंड मेक अ प्रोजेक्ट. One more thing before I conclude, because we have another session with the ICT chairman. Just imagine that as we all are seeing the news, all the developed countries like US and Europe, UK and all, so they are more affected than India. We hope and we pray that India will again lead, and we all together will break the chain. And the cases in India are 11,000 plus now, but compared to US and other countries, we are still in a better position. So just answer one question, that maybe after, suppose India is all doing good and by grace of God we all are back to our lives from 1st of July. And probably who will come first out of corona? Will it be US or India? With the present scenario, with the present numbers, we definitely would look that probably India would be coming out of the corona crisis before US comes out. So is it possible for US companies to open offices, or will they be depending more on Indian subcontinent or India for their outsourced business? So there could be a catch, and there could be a more in demand also. So there are a lot of black and white areas. Everything is gray now. So you read any article, it will say that India, everything is going to be affected. The economy is going to be affected. So if the baseline is going to be affected, everything is going to be affected. But there have been certain uncertainties also, that if it may be a possibility that they will not operate from their US offices, and they may give that business more to India. Because presently that we all have to see how US evolves and come out of that thing. So you don't know. You may India may get more of businesses, because it comes out of corona. The outsourcing business depends upon the availability of manpower. So if we come out of this crisis as early as possible, we may ask for more business, because we will have our manpower back to business. And Indians are very disciplined in doing jobs. So you never know. So we all have to wait and watch, but hope for the best and prepare for the worst. You have to go with this mantra ki yes, it's going to be very slummy, it's going to be dark, so how I'm going to prepare myself? So this is the time to prepare for that darkness, so that even if a company comes and hires 5 students or 1 student, you should be that one. And वो तभी होगा, you say नहीं इसका नहीं होगा उसका होगा. So you already are giving chances to others. So I think we, in the interest of time, so Sanskar Gupta, you are asking, you had a word with Pulkit Walia, and he mentioned internship is good for interviews. They are good as learning new technology. What is your view on that? See, come on. I know Pulkit. Pulkit is has been my student, one of my student, 2 years back. So again, you may get carried away. So Pulkit went into VMware, and the next time when VMware came, he guided a lot of students that okay, VMware में वो cloud होता है और DevOps पढ़ो, ये पढ़ो. But that year VMware has a different need. They were not looking at network security people. So again, as I said, don't go with a specific guidance, hand holding by only one person. He has definitely told you internship are good, but what type of internship? So you have to be very precise. That internship is increasing your technology awareness, your technology implementation, or what type of technology implementation? Is it in line with your placement companies, your demand, your profile? Then go for it. Otherwise, there is no point. So guys, thanks for being there. We'll connect more. Nice to have so many people around, and such a good technology. I could not probably answer all Arpan and Tanishk. The last 5 minutes I would be answering few questions, and then probably I would request Ashish to please switch off commenting, so that we cannot have more comments now. And Ashish is our executive from CII, so he is the office bearer who controls CII Bhopal for young Indians. And so we don't know Java well, and C++ and Python is good along with the core subjects such as data structure. Yes, anything which is good, Arpan, that is going to add. Plan your next 15-20 days, and at least next 1 month you're not going to come to college. So plan your 1 month accordingly, and see what best you can add value to your IT thing. And more than IT, try to develop your communication skill, your presentation, and ability to believe yourself. सो अगेन 1 महीना है आपके पास, आप अपने हिसाब से प्लान करिए. अगर आप कुछ नहीं कर रहे तो आप पाइथन करिए, वॉट एवर. So Hemant Soni, which company will come in June is all depending upon when we cannot tell when the lockdown is going to get over. Hacker Earth, yes, Pratiksha has brought about a very good thing, that Hacker Earth and all these coding platforms. Please make your profile very strong there. Those are the places from where you can get a good offer, and you get lot of good contest. So Hacker Rank, Hacker Earth, all these things are required for premium package. So Manish Singh, polish on one language, focus on one language. Don't be a jack of four languages, but be a master of one language. So expected companies for day one, yes, we are expecting all the 5 companies on day one, which is TCS. TCS is again that all India. Let's see how it goes. But Cognizant, Infosys, Wipro, and Accenture will be there most probably. It all depends upon how they do and how will it be a day one or not. But definitely numbers would be difficult to intercept, but being a accredited partner for a long time, LNCT and colleges which are doing very well, Oriental, LNCT, they will not be much affected, who already have a day one companies in place. Aditya Bhatt, thank you. So all these things are all about when the campus is going to start and all these things. Will not much of it. 12% effect placement even we are good in programming and core subjects. So eligibility is something which companies decide. Even if you don't have good percentage in 12th, but if you have good programmer, your opportunities will be less, but probably you will आपको कम अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगा, बट इफ यू कैन क्रैक, इवन इफ यू गेट वन अपॉर्चुनिटी यू कैन क्रैक इट. तो एक बॉल में 6 रन चाहिए. इफ यू हिट अ 6 यू आर थ्रू. सो अदरवाइज आप 6 बॉल में भी 1 रन नहीं बना पाए तो इट डजेंट वर्क्स फॉर यू. प्रोजेक्ट्स मोस्टली शुड बी मेड सोलो. हिमांशु राज, अकेले प्रोजेक्ट बनाए तो ज़्यादा अच्छा है, आप एक्सप्लेन कर पाएंगे. और प्लीज़ ये मत बोलिए इस प्रोजेक्ट में मैंने ये काम नहीं किया, किसी और ने किया था. Great. So all this now, thank you, have started. People are expecting me to leave. So guys, there is a very important session from Sahasra Buddhe ji. So keep getting motivated. I am available on Messenger. Keep messaging me. Khali बैठे बैठे I'll definitely get back to you. Any specific, I am there. Thank you, YI. Young Indians, it's a great opportunity to get connected. Thank you, students of Oriental College, LNCT, SAM, IS College, who are our Yuva partners, and we hope a lot of traction. And the only thing is कि we will make it, यार. Indians तो fight करना जानते हैं, तो we all will be fighting and we'll have a great triumph 2021. Don't worry on that. ठीक है? With all the best wishes, and if you believe and lit that lamp of opportunity, you will definitely sail and you will go through it. Start looking at celebrating your success and it will come to you. Thank you so much for being there, and it had been great to see so many likes and some few hearts, and thank you so much.